Oh, whenever Sutty and I race at Sugo, it will go fucking wrong.
Dear Joe. What's he doing? Is it like Sutty?
And then the other thing I'm saying, what's that like, Matt? What's Matt doing?
And then we just stood there parking going, after you. No, after you. And Phil goes, fuck you, I'll have it. Keeg Silverstone Classic and you in touring THR. There's 4 races at night, he keeps being rolled over and flipped in air. Gets into Porsches, he's dominated it pretty much. I think the first time I ever joined... time I ever joined Keegs in a voice party, and all you heard was, "Ah, fucking been it again! Ah!" Oh, was it not?
Oh, for me, one of the other ones, like, for me, Keegs, when him and Fury were going like racing hard one another, and all I could hear was just Keegs in my ear going, "Finish the race! Finish the race! I got Fury on my ass! Finish the race!" I was like, "Fucking shut up, Keegs!" He's like, "Shut up and finish the race!"
I hope Daz knows what he's got himself in for this season.
Yeah, he gets complete and utter silence for like forever, and then out of nowhere, it's like.
Right, I'm going to jump into the comms box. Best of luck tonight, chaps. Kelly.
Yeah.
See you on the podium.
See you on the podium, man.
Yeah. See you on the podium, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Good evening. Good evening.
Evening. Don't mind me in here tonight, then.
No.
With Benny.
Yeah, no. We had Shoemaker.
I'm not going to watch pit lines, though. I'm just going to sit here and just be colour commentator. I'm Pat McAfee in WWE.
Yeah. Good evening, Nexus.
Oh, fuck.
Just hear Benny just no fuck.
Yep.
Say it in Hungarian. I know what you're saying.
What do you mean?
What's that? But my personal favourite is Boss Meg.
Oh shit.
I used to work with a lot of Hungarians, okay? So all I learnt was swear words.
You know all of them.
Some of them.
Ah, nice.
Oh, Kelly's in a wall again.
Is Keeks trying to be number 12 as well as Sutty?
Keys come in a 12 Audi, yeah.
Yeah, because Sutty's 13 and Keeks is now 14.
Kurwa.
Don't call me a bitch.
You know that?
Yeah. We can't do this when we go live.
That's the easy. That's the easier one. That's the easier one.
Well, it's similar to what it is in Polish as well.
You know, a Hungarian can say bad words in 10 minutes straight without repeating a word.
Right, can you get ready?
In Hungary, cooking small penis.
Yes, exactly, I know. That's why I'm...
Okay, get ready. And 5, 4. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Simplay Motorsport here for the amateur action. Then it is time to go racing at the Temple of Speed here in the amateur division. We are back with some fantastic racing, and if last night and Monday night was anything to go by, it should be an absolute fantastic night of drama, thrills and spills throughout the Temple of Speed here just outside of Milan. I'm your host, Matthew Duffin, joined in the commentary box once again by my partner in crime on a Wednesday night. It is Benedict Varga. Ben, good evening.
Good evening, everyone.
Are we looking forward to tonight's racing?
Turn 1 miseries.
And we're also joined... sorry, Ben, go on.
Nothing. I'm just a bit tired. That's all.
We're also joined in the commentary box tonight by one of our admins, that is PN Motorsport, who is here to check out some action and see what is happening. Obviously, PN, good evening to yourself. You missed last night, but you're here for some commentary action tonight.
Yeah, missed last night. Been interesting to see how we're done, but, you know, real life comes before sim racing, unfortunately.
Sadly. We are, though, back with some fantastic action around this circuit, and it looks to be an absolutely thrilling one. We do, though, have as well 2 drivers on the grid that didn't make an appearance last week. I'm just looking. I don't think we had Leon Fernie last week either, did we? No. So Leon Fernie is back for his first race this evening. It'll be great to see him out on the track I'm going to just update the grid order for the final time because he has not confirmed. So Leon Fernie will be out then for his first race this season, and that'll be an interesting one to keep our eyes on what the guy can do from his... Oh, we've just lost Nexus from the party, so hopefully he can get back in. It'll be interesting to see what he can do after his decent races last time out in the amateur category, in which me and PN brought you the action with Fury as well. We've also got Lucas Roth out there on the track in the Mercedes-Benz and a lovely looking livery. And we also have one of our new drivers, Just Gaming Real, in the BMW M4. Now, no, he is not teammates with Smokey Devil's in the Pro category, but was running the similar coloured livery earlier, so ignore what I've just said, because Smokey's not even in this category. But we do have Just Real Gaming in the BMW, all the way from the United States of America, racing with us as well tonight. So 3 drivers on the grid. No Tia, once again, he's not confirmed. There is also no Ginger Bush. He is away. Shoemaker is away. Monkey Boy and Max Mulder, who's struggling with internet problems since getting the PS5 to get it working on his console, though. But the championship standings in this amateur class looks a little like this. 639 drivers' points up for grabs. It is Unorthodox who is the man who leads the way. 14 points clear of Sekulovic with Ginger Bush P3. Sooty Apex is P4, 29 points behind with Kishanika P5. Daz, I've got it right there. Nexus, yeah, got that right? Kishanika?
Yeah.
We've nailed it.
Right, actually.
Did I get Kittias right as well the other day?
Yeah. Yeah, actually it did.
Yeah, we're so good. Daz Automatic is P6 with Shoemaker in P7. Monkey Boy is in 8th with KLF in 9th. Dennis Newman is P10. Noza P11. With Bryn in P12, 50 points off the back. Hypertech, DJ Phil 13th. He's on 18 points, 54 off of Dan. Ant is P15. Ninja, who is yet to turn up this season, P16. Leon Fernie P17. Max Mulder 18th. Lucas Roth 19th. And Just Gaming Real in 20th place. Also, the Constructors' Championship then looks a little like this. It is Audio Sport who lead the way, 29 points clear of Dynaco Racing, with Worst Pace Scenario a little further back, tied with Barry the Cat Racing Team. Switchback Racing RP5, KD Racing P6, and the Greasy Bandit Racing bringing up the rear. So we are here at the Temple of Speed, and this what looks to be a fantastic circuit. It's provided PN great racing over the last 2 nights.
Yeah, wasn't too bad. How I managed to drag back KTM to 2-7 places when I've got no top speed in that car at all. But yeah, I love Monza. Great circuit as a Ferrari fan.
Yeah, great circuit as a Ferrari fan, but also, Ben, it was a great circuit for a lot of drama. A few collisions last night, a few incidents on Monday night as well, that the drivers tonight have got to be careful and wary of.
Yeah, especially at turn 1.
What do we expect to happen at turn 1 tonight, Ben? Because obviously, like you say, it is a tricky corner.
Well,
and these drivers have got to get it bang on, otherwise there could be carnage.
yeah, it is a tricky corner, especially on the opening lap, because cold brakes, cold tires, you can easily outbrake yourself like I did last or 2 seasons ago, so it is easy to misjudge that corner, especially on the opening lap.
And PN, obviously not just turn 1, turn 2, but if it all gets through pretty cleanly, they've got to then get through the second part, which is the second chicane after the Curva Grande for the drivers to negotiate as well. Easily can bring up a few incidents in the first lap.
Yeah, but at least there's plenty of runoff. Not like if you see someone run down your side, sort of like move out the way and avoid it. That's when you get to the swoopy curves.
Yeah.
Next. That's when it gets a bit interesting because you've got the gravel on the outside.
Yeah, indeed you have. So there is 16 minutes left of free practice then, and just little maintenance for everybody today. If Ferrari get 4 podiums, they will get their 50th podiums. That means Hypertech and Ant need a podium each in both races, and McLaren need 1 pole position for their 50th. So that is either Bryn, KLF or Leon Fernie for a pole position. See what they can do is Ant is currently off the track. We see the 2 Audis out there at the moment, the 2 quickest cars on the circuit, a tenth separating Daz and Dan Nexus. But what car do we think tonight that's on the grid could be the strongest car around here?
Well, it's interesting because about this free practice, the Audi looks good, but it's not a car with in the rate of top speed, so we could see interesting but.
PN, also what is your thoughts on the car choices for this track? Who do you think is going to be? It should be the strongest car.
Well, look like Audi at the moment, but this is a horsepower circuit. So the Merc should be good in theory, because that has a lot of grunt in that car, and it's effectively the same engine that's in Noz's Aston Martin.
There we go then. And Noza is at the minute P10, our youngest driver on the grid, with our former youngest driver on the grid, Lucas Roth. Lucas Roth, good to see him back though. He was obviously in the Pro-Am category last year. He was at the front a lot because he come into it late in the season. It's good to see him back, and obviously this time starts at the front for this first race. We'll get into the grid order in just a moment. But he can do some stuff. He was in the Porsche last year, PN. What can he do in the Mercedes?
Probably a bit better than what he could have done in the Porsche. So I'm expecting podiums from Keegs.
And we saw Ben commentating on Keegs last season that he did have a bit of pace every now and again. He was on the podium quite a bit. Do we expect Keegs, Lucas, aka Lucas Roth, to be up there again, fighting for podiums?
Yeah, I'd expect him to be up there.
It could happen.
Sooty Apex was a man who took a podium last week. There's just gaming in the chat. Hello, happy for a debut. Well, it's good to have you here for your debut. Ben, Sooty Apex kind of looked into a podium last week due to Daz Automatic running out of fuel. The Bentleys didn't look massively great last night. What can Sooty do today?
He's a good driver in my opinion, so maybe avoiding carnage in turn 1 would be the main goal, and everything can happen.
Everything can happen. We did see quite a number of drivers run out of fuel last Wednesday night. Them drivers have got to remember that they need to get to the end on their fuel, so they've got to make sure they fueled enough for this whole race.
But they can put fuel in.
Well, yeah, they can, but drivers seem to forget that one last week.
Well, we've prepped every garage in the Milan area around Monza to make sure there's enough fuel, especially for Daz.
He's not going to be happy if he runs out of fuel again, is he?
Well, it definitely could be trouble in paradise, couldn't it?
Will be trouble in paradise. Won't be another day in paradise, that is for sure. We're currently watching Bryn go round into turn 1 and 2 in his bright pink McLaren. 12.5 minutes, just over 12.5 minutes left to qualifying, sorry. And you have to say that after Dan and Daz, it is only 1 second from P3 all the way down to Bryn in P8, so it is a pretty tight 3rd to 8th place at the moment. Them 6 drivers, all looking like any of them could be in any of them positions.
Yeah. That's a nice tight mid pack.
Yeah, the pack was really close last week too, so again, I think.
Excuse me. Right. For those of you who watched the Pro highlight video today, you would have seen that Ben in the commentary box drove the Jaguar. If you watched the stream and the highlights last week, and I have him here to basically chat with him as well about how his experience was. You said on my stream that you missed seeing me in your mirrors, but you did well in that Jaguar.
Yeah, it was surprisingly good. I expected in Kyalami because I knew Kyalami is not the optimal circuit for the Jag. So it was really good, and I did drive it.
Made a good move as well around the outside of the corner at the long right-hander.
I almost lost it, but yeah, I could keep it together, and it was really good. A really good feeling, especially with that car.
Yeah, it really was indeed. Pien, did you catch the move?
Yeah, I was in stream.
It was not. Oh yeah, of course she was. Of course she was. She was commentating on it.
I was commentating.
Yeah, you would have. It was a good move.
It was a good move. A bit like me and Baraba.
Thank you.
2 nights before, side by side in the Bentleys.
Yep. Right. Right. Where are we? 10 minutes left. Pro-Am. 15 drives on the grid. It's another good-sized grid for tonight's racing as well. So that's another positive to have on the grid. Another good-sized field in this one. Just interesting to see tonight so many different cars. One driver who's already sort of asking about changing cars was DJ Phil, which is not allowed in the rules. So he's stuck in the Honda for the year. Pien, does that look bad on a driver for lasting one race and wanting to immediately change?
Nah, he should be really talking to his teammate about working to get some setups together. Like we tried to do that. That's why we both ran Astons last season. And yeah.
Now the reason I ask you, Pien, is obviously in our admin meeting at the end of the season, it was a discussion of do we allow them one car change a year? Which we voted no, because we felt as admins the drivers had 6 weeks of preparation to get in. Do you think that is down to DJ Phil, regardless of what car his teammate's driving, to pick a car he feels comfortable in? He's had 6 weeks to choose one. He's then waited till the last minute till he's got a teammate.
Yeah, he should have just said, look, I'm get a teammate, and he should have just went, I'm going to run this. Like, if someone teamed with me, which won't happen when I'm in GT4, and only as a reserve driver in AM, it's going to be the Bentley.
Yeah. Now, but do you and to you, and what Phil should be thinking here is that doesn't matter what car he picks. He should still feel comfortable in that car because he's had them 6 weeks to practice.
Yeah, he practices everything in this game. Or sim.
So DJ Phil wanting to change cars, the admins have rejected that, seeing as there is no car changes allowed in this season. He has got to run that. And Ben, I suppose as well that Monza possibly not the best circuit for the Honda, even though Dennis Newman's P4, but there is tracks coming up later in the calendar where the Honda will be good.
Yeah, look at Louis' performance last season. He did really good with the Honda. Maybe at the lower speed circuits, that's the Honda's path, I think.
So we'll see what DJ Phil...
I hope my voice is not laggy.
A little bit, but we can still make out what you're saying, don't worry. As Joshua Gaming goes P5, 8 tenths off the back, so Kulovic now coming down the back straight. But yeah, Pien, again, like Ben says, there is more tracks that will suit the Honda coming up later in the season.
Yeah, it's like going back to GT4, that's why I chose the KTM. There's going to be tracks that will suit that car more. And especially because we're at a lot of European circuits, there's going to be weather, because we're in autumn.
Yeah. Well, and they gave me a real hard time last season with Mike and Blava.
Yeah. I mean, what's the weather like in Hungary at the moment?
Foggy and a little bit sunny.
Foggy and sunny, so, you know, cool temperatures? What are we looking at temperature-wise?
It's mixing, like, we're going to get really hot this week, but next week it's going to be really cold.
Really cold next week, and let's not forget...
Still can
Well, let's not forget as well, the calendar's been... Yeah.
Yeah.
The calendar's been pushed back a 1 week, so... Next week there is no race. The week after is Imola. The week after that is Hungary, so it's pretty much the back end of October, meaning that Hungary could be really cold. Imola will be really cold. Then after Hungary, we're in England for Donington Park, which in November will more than likely be pretty cold.
And moist.
And moist, very moist. Hungary and the Hungaroring and Donington Park could both be wet. And then if we look at the calendar for just after that, Bathurst, all right, we're going to be coming into their summer. Laguna Seca's in California, so that's going to be hot. Suzuka will probably rain, you know, at the back end of November. Nürburgring and Misano as well, both could be cold races where we have that little bit of rain. And this is the factor you have to bring into this championship of we're in the winter months, you've got to be prepared for that bit of rain to come.
I don't know if it rains in Hungary, because there's a possibility, but... yeah, it's just switched between heat and heat, so...
A Smoky Devil in the chat. Evening all, good to see another BMW M6. Hope he does well. He's currently running P5 at the moment. We're on board. Sorry, Ben, go on.
Yeah, it looks like a dream debut at this point. It's only 8 tenths.
He's not yet... debut at Simplay, so... Yeah, 3 tenths. He's just gone even quicker. Debut at Simplay, so he's got to find out the hard way what it could be like to race here, PM.
Yeah, baptism of fire and brimstone and sulphur everywhere.
Could be absolutely carnage.
Yeah, especially that first chicane.
If you tuned in last week, you'd have noticed that Unorthodox took a dominant 2 pole positions, a dominant 2 race wins, and looked pretty good value for his money. Well, tonight it's the reverse grid. It's the start of the reverse grid races. We saw it in the GT4s the other night, and we as well get to see it here tonight. So, what we have to say is, what will the reverse grid bring in these races? Do we think that Dan can get from the back to the front?
Well, he can, but it will be a lot more harder than last week, so he will have a harder job, that's for sure, but he has a chance, I think.
You might actually get to see me in your rear view mirror tomorrow then, Nexus. Coming from behind you.
Am I lag?
Did you notice Did you notice I tried to pull over and get into your rear view mirrors last week as well when I was putting a lap on you? Did that make you feel more happy?
Yeah, it will.
Either way, we are getting into the final 4.5 minutes of this practice session, and 8 tenths separating the top 5 is pretty interesting here. Sekulovic and Sutti 1.2 off the pace, Lucas Roth 1.5. And the interesting thing is Lucas Roth's only just given us his car selection because he was on holiday for the deadline, so we extended his deadline due to him being on holiday. 1.5 off the pace isn't bad, so he's only just really jumped in the car and got out there for his first laps.
Yes.
Oh yeah. I just noticed that there's an AMG on the track with that, so... Really nice choice of cars around here. Yeah,
there is really good mixture of cars. No Monkey Boy tonight. That's a shame for the Bentley boys, though. The Dynaco Racing Team PN, they'll feel that after being second and want to claw some points back on Dan and KLF. But no Monkey Boy, going to hurt them in the constructors, really.
Yeah, that's trouble when you've got to do work, go to work and race nights. Yeah, it happens. It could happen to... Like Dan might have to miss a week because he's at work. Same could Kelly. Daz could miss a week because he works really weird hours. But it's all to play for.
Yeah, it's anyone's game at the moment. As we say good evening to Green Wolfinator in the chat. Cold Austrian beer and watch the race. That sounds absolutely lovely.
Lucky.
Yeah. I may at the mid-session break have to go and get myself a cold Kronenberg. Not a sponsor, but why not get one?
Oh.
Yeah. I in the fridge. I've got a cold bud. So.
It's not my Erdingers, the Swiss beer, I believe it is, or whatever it is, the wheat beer that I get from Switzerland. They're very nice. But it will do. Just Real Gaming then 3/10 off the back of Unorthodox, who's about to come round and set another lap time with 2.5 minutes left. He's got a couple more laps left in this practice session to get under his belt, and he improves his time and makes it 4/10 to Just Real Gaming, who is now coming into the pit lane. Car 21 is coming to the final part of the lap. Leon Fernie, that's not the ideal line on the grass towards the Parabolica, it has to say, though. East behind him is Sekulovic, 1.3 off the pace now, seeing as Dan's just improved by a tenth or two. And then behind him is car 10 of Ant, who is yet to set a lap. And Ben, we didn't see the best of Ant and Hypertech last week. The Ferraris really seemed to struggle, and at the moment, they seem to be struggling again.
Well, Ant still has a lot to do then, so...
As I say that, well, Ant goes into P10 and 1.8 off the back of Dan. So what do I know about who's struggling?
Well, it's interesting to see because the Ferraris last season were they were a really good force, but it doesn't look like it this season.
No, it doesn't indeed. DJ Phil coming towards the line, crosses it. No improvement from him there. 271, that is Dennis Newman. No improvement for his teammate either. Dan, he's probably going to get another lap under his belt if he fancies it. He is coming towards the Ascari chicane at the moment. And what a contrast the Ferraris are at the moment, Pien, because if you go back to season 1 when you and Daz were in the Ferrari, Daz up there by the podium, drifting round every corner he could take. And the two Ferraris now, P10 and 15.
Yeah, the reason why our cars were the colours we ran were because of the Lancia Stratos livery, so I think we were actually driving Stratos and drifting everywhere.
Right, as Dan comes into the Parabolica. Will he improve his time anymore as he comes towards the line? Down towards the line, Dan comes now. He'll get one more run at this, and he doesn't improve his time there. Car 21 is next. That is Leon Fernie yet again to try and improve his time.
Down the back straight is a Curva Michele Alboreto, as it's now known as Parabolica.
Yeah, I'm not using its new name. It's the Parabolica.
It's a Parabolica.
Yeah, not using its new name. Here comes Leon Fernie and down towards the line. Will he improve on his time? He does improve and he goes ahead of Nose, and he will be the first car to finish his run. Sekulovic will be the next one. He doesn't improve his time at all. Car 14 of Lucas Roth. He's on an invalid lap. Will he test that pit lane entry? We saw a couple of stop-go penalties Monday night and last night. He's not going to improve his time before DJ Phil's going to come to the line now. Dan's invalidated his laps. We may be able to get going into the qualifying session where we can all return to the pit box and be glad to get the race underway. Obviously no qualifying tonight, so the race will start in a few moments time. Does DJ Phil find any more pace here? Hypertech currently 4/10 off the back of him, and we won't know because we're into that magical 1 minute qualifying session while we as broadcasters can then settle ourselves to return to the garage and get into the pit box. While we have this lull in the racing, let's not forget, if you want to watch me and Benedict Varga on the track, join us tomorrow night for the Pro Series, where me and Ben will be in action. Nexus in the Jaguar and Mate Himovic in the Bentley are the cars to watch out for if you want to come and cheer me and Ben on. PM Motorsports and Dan Davis, aka Unorthodox, will be in the commentary box for that one. As well as, well, I'd say join us Monday night, but there is no Monday night racing. It's a week break because of admins and broadcasters being away. We aren't able to stream next week, and one thing that we always do at Simply Motorsport is stream our championship races, but there is plans of a fun event Wednesday and Thursday night. The information will be posted on our social media and Discord, and if you want to come and join us, make sure you do, because it should be an absolutely fantastic race. If not, and there is no fun events, we'll be back a week later where we are at Imola for GT4's AM, Pro-Am and Pro. So we're going from Milan. The cars get a week's break. They're going to be parked up at Bologna, or in Bologna, should I say, for a week. But Imola, Ben, can the Jaguar go well around there?
My favourite one.
Really? More than the Hungaroring?
That's my favourite. A little bit over to Imola, really. I think it's the second one, because Misano is the best for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have strange choices, I know. And yeah, the third one is the Hungaroring, but I really enjoy Imola, so maybe I could do some.
And Pien, again, same to you. KTM mainly, because that's what you're racing in GT4s. If you get the chance in the Bentley. Imola, looking forward to it?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Of course, I'm old enough to remember what happened in 1994 because I was watching that race on TV. Yeah, in Formula One. Why the Tamburello is like it is now and the Villeneuve Curvers. Corner is like it is now.
Yeah, and obviously we do remember 1994 as well. Actually, you've just reminded me. Yesterday, I believe it was, we celebrated the 100th birthday of the greatest ever commentator to have ever graced this planet and motorsport. It would have been Murray Walker's 100th birthday. And obviously we sadly lost Murray a few years ago now. But I don't know if Benedict knows Murray Walker, but PN, I'll come to you first.
Of course I know.
Well, there we go. I don't know if you did in Hungary, so we'll come to you in a moment, Benedict. PN, what a commentator, what a guy. A real loss to motor racing.
I think when he retired from commentating F1, that's when F1 died. To watch. To be brutally honest, to me, that's when Formula 1 died, because the voice was gone.
Yeah.
And because he just had so much enthusiasm, and plus when Nigel Mansell had a bump on his head, he just poked it once, and
yes.
well, that was pretty funny. But he was just a legend, was R. Murray.
He was a legend. He was an absolute legend. Ben, I don't actually know how old you are, Ben. So what? I don't know what your earliest memories of Murray Walker would be.
Yeah, I saw a few videos, never watched him live because I was born in the wrong country but a few videos of him, and I really love his passion about the sport, so he's a legend.
He is a legend. He's an inspiration, and that is why, as Sutty Apex actually dropped it on the formation lap, we are waiting though for Just Gaming Real to get into P1 here.
Where is he? He's coming through now through Curva Grande.
Yeah, he is.
Right, Keegs needs to back him up a little bit so they really bunch up.
Right,
yeah,
so
there he is.
Just Real Gaming gets into P1. Lucas Roth is P2. That is exactly how it should be. Behind Lucas Roth should then be Leon Fernie. Check. After him, it should be Ant. Check. After Ant, it should be Hypertech. Guess what? Check. We're going to wait for the camera to pan around to see who it should be then, because after Hypertech, it should be DJ Phil Green. Check. Then it should be Bryn. Check. After Bryn, it should be Noza. Check. Then it should be Dennis Newman. It absolutely is. After Dennis Newman, it should be KLF 900. It is. Behind KLF, it should be Daz Automatic. What a surprise. Check. After Daz Automatic, it should be Kishanyika. Been practicing that name all week just for Ben. It is Kishanyika. After him, it should be Sutty Apex, who span on the formation lap. Yes, Sutty, that is going to make the highlights next week. Behind him, it should be then Sekulovic, and at the very back, Unorthodox. And if any of the AM drivers are watching, that is how you do the reverse. In fact, no, it wasn't.
We don't need to do that no more.
It wasn't.
We have qualified.
Sorry, it was the GT4 race. That is how you do it. Kishanyika, who was one of the drivers, who was out of position in that, has now got it spot on.
He's learned.
He's learning. But he's a new guy, so yeah, he's learning.
Might need Ben to translate on the things for Kishanyika, and so he can understand it better. Ben, you've had 2 seasons with us, so you know the way of the Simplay driver. As we say, hi pricks in the chat. Good evening to you. Good luck, Just Gaming, he says. Dean was, I think, PN as well.
From me personally.
Yeah. Wish him all the best, because it's not easy to make your debut here.
Yes.
Nervous when you made your debut, Ben? So you know how he feels.
Oh yeah, I know. It was in Spa 2 seasons ago.
I'll tell you one man who'll be enjoying his colours, PN. That'll be Dean Wasaki enjoying them blue and yellow colours.
Just a bit, yeah. Which you can't paint the Lexus in them colours. Because with one of the cars in this game, you can't change the colours on.
Yeah. Which is a shame. Right, we're at the Parabolica. Ben, who's going to win this race?
Well,
who's going to win the race, Ben?
Also, there was a bit interesting question. I think I'm voting for Dan for the excitement.
Ben's going for Dan. We'll get Pian and my comment in a moment because the race start has been initialised. And for race 3 of the season, we're going green and go here at the Temple of Speed of Monza, and it is a good start from Lucas Roth, who is already going to pull side by side with that BMW. The Mercedes, though, just doesn't seem to be able to get far enough alongside. Anton Leon Fernie right up the rear end as well. A couple of cars in the background, back off. Leon Fernie goes to look up the inside. There's a lunge in Bryn as well. Ant has to avoid, Keys has to avoid, and I tell you what, it's not as mayhem as we thought. Kelly as well avoids the curb, and there is a spinning car in the background. Bryn, I think, had a little wiggle coming through, but as we go through turn 1, it is Lucas Roth who leads the way. From then, Just Real Gaming. We'll wait till we get to the first sector time, as Just Real Gaming has got Leon Fernie hunting down the back of him. So it's Lucas Roth, Just Real Gaming, Leon Fernie. Then it is Ant from Hypertech. The Ferrari's having a better start today. Kelly and DJ Phil getting a little bumpy coming through the second chicane, and Phil bunny hops over the sausage curb as Dan and Sooty Apex going side by side further back for 10th and 11th. And it looks like Dennis Newman's at the back of the pack. That is Sekulovic and Kishanika as Dan gets through on Sooty, and Sekulovic holds on to that over Kishanika. Dennis Newman, the man that's lost out, further back up the order. So it's DJ Phil from Kelly, but it is in fact, what's happened to Hypertech? Actually, he just changed the camera. He's lost out to Kelly, as is Noza then. So Kelly now under a little bit of pressure from Hypertech as Hypertech looks to fight back. Dan is also looking to make a move. I'm not sure who this is on. This is on the inside of Noza into the Ascari chicane. Is Dan going to have this one done? He does indeed. I don't know where Noza has just dropped back to. And Kelly as well is still hanging on in there against Hypertech. He can now hunt down after the leaders. But Lucas Roth and Just Real Gaming are trying to start to pull away. PN, your tip for the race win?
Oh, I'm going to have to give it on my former teammate of season 1. Come on, Daz.
Come on, Daz.
What the hell was that?
I'm going to go the way of Lucas Roth. I think Lucas Roth might get that. What's happened?
Daz sort of went on a grass on the inside of DJ Phil and just went way towards the Shadow Realm.
And he's coming for the pit stop.
Daz coming in the pits. Well, that could be an early tactic. The pit window is open. Dan has got past DJ Phil. Sooty Apex now looks to get past DJ Phil. Will the Sooty send it? Come out on an orthodubs here. I tell you what, that'll be a good one from far back. And he's going to try it, you know. And Sooty Apex pulls off the Sooty sending on an orthodubs. And Dan manages not to run into the rear. That is how you send one up the inside. Sooty Apex, thank your mama for the Ginsters pasties, he's just said to unorthodox there.
With a sprinkle of carrots.
Beautiful.
On the top.
Kelly has been overtaken by Hypertech. He looks to try and make the move back done into the second chicane. Can't get it done. Sooty now defends heavily from Dan. DJ Phil's defending from Bryn as Kishanika just catches the curb there, dropping back to Sekulovic on Noza. He's got Dennis Newman with him as well. And I tell you what, there's some battles happening, but Lucas Roth out front is a second in the lead. That looks a little closer though to Just Real Gaming Real here. Then it's Leon Fernie P3. A good start for Leon Fernie, and this is why, Ben and Phil, that we had that shorter reverse grid race to give these guys a chance at maybe a podium. As that in the background, apologies, it's Sekulovic in the wall. Don't know if there was contact, but that looked big hard hit for Sekulovic here. But this is why though, guys, we have these reverse grid races that are shorter, because it gives these guys a chance to get a podium, if not a race win.
Yeah, well, that's what we discussed in the admin chat, wasn't it? Certain cars. If not, the races are long enough for the faster guys to still get to the front. And for people like...
And it shakes up the race pretty well.
As Dan putting immense pressure on Sooty here. And this could be an absolutely fantastic chance for Dan to maybe send one back, but he's not. He's going to box early, so he's going to try and cover off Dan. Then DJ Phil is under immense pressure from not just Noza, but his teammate. He's been overtaken by Noza. He's now going to get overtaken by his teammate. Bryn's moved up to 8th now. He's the car chasing down Sooty, although Kishanika is looking to get past him. As Dennis Newman now comes down into turn 1, breaks and outdoes DJ Phil. Bryn hangs in there, and now all of a sudden, Sooty's sent one on one audio sport car. He's now looking at the next audio sport car, who is trying to stick with Hypertech as the leaders, 4 tenths between Lucas Roth and Just Real Gaming here.
Yeah, and Dan's in the pits for the undercut.
Yeah, he is indeed. I'm surprised Sekulovic didn't pin. He definitely does want to clear track. Now, we don't know what happened to Daz, so will Daz be close to Dan when Dan comes out the pits? The leader's 0.4 of a second. Anti's right on the back of Leon Fernie. And then you get this battle. Hypertech, KLF and Sooty Apex 3 for P4 at the moment. Kishanyika trying to gain on Bryn. And it is. In fact, look at that. Kishanyika's pretty much pushing him through. Nose is trying to get on Dennis Newman as well. But look at Sooty Apex lining up that move on KLF once again here as Dan is now started through. In fact, Dan's out the pits and Daz is only just exiting the Parabolica. So Dan has jumped Daz an absolute mile, and Kelly defends hard from Sooty Apex here. Kelly is one of the hardest defenders in Simplay Motorsport. He's a hard guy to get past. Sooty, though, looks to get that run and uses the Bentley's weight, if you will, to launch over the curb, and now pulls to the outside of the Parabolica. Here comes Sooty Apex down the back straight. He's on the outside of KLF 900. Will he brake earlier to get that undercut? Will he try and hang it around the outside? He's going to try and hang it around the outside. The Bentley gets a lovely slingshot exit from the Parabolica, and I think here is Kelly going to box into the pits? No, Sooty Apex round the outside within 3 laps. He's done 2 Audio Sport drivers, and when you see Sooty in this kind of form, he is a menace and could be a dangerous guy, as we've missed a change for the lead. Just Gaming Real leads from Lucas Roth already. DJ Phil's into the pits.
What classy overtakes he's doing. Oh, Kishanyika. I think he outbraked himself and it's done. Yeah, he's gone slow and given Bryn the place back, so that's good from Kishanyika there. As we drop back to Lucas Roth and Just Real Gaming then. Could this Just Real Gaming be a challenge? Could Lucas Roth be a challenge to Unorthodox here, taking points away from them at the minute? Yeah.
Right.
Good for a championship battle.
Massively so indeed. Sooty Apex now needs to get on the back of Hypertech. We drop back to Bryn. He's managed to gap Kishanyika a little bit. We've got Dennis Newman, Noza and Takulovic pretty close together. Dan is a fair way in front of Daz Automatic at the moment. Not sure, obviously, Pien and Ben said that Daz had a moment earlier in the race.
Yeah. Also, he had a little bit of damage on the front, so maybe that took him that long.
Oh, Lucas Roth! He's bounced off a Scory! He's had a big moment, and that car is absolutely ruined, and he needs to get that into the pit straight away. He has had a nightmare through a Scory there. That is going to be horrible to drive at the moment. Leon Fernie and Ant are going to come past Lucas Roth. That car looks battered on the rear, down the right-hand side, and on the front. And you could just see that looks... Oh, that is horrible to get around Parabolica.
Oh.
He's going to have to bring that in straight away. Leon Fernie's going to get through. Anti's going to get through. I believe Just Gaming Reel's coming to the pits. Yeah. Sooty Apex will get through then. And KLF... Sooty's got past Hypertech this lap as well. KLF's now going to look for a move on Hypertech because he's going to go down the straight. He's on the outside at the moment. So 2 drivers in the pits. Kelly to the outside of Hypertech. He's not quite alongside. Hypertech defends that inside line. Who is going to be the latest of the breakers? Well, Kelly, you've obviously watched the Formula 1 because you're not going to do a Max Verstappen and end up on the roof of the Ferrari.
Well, one's not a Red Bull and one's not a Mercedes. So...
That's true. Kishanyika as well, by the way, has got past Bryn. So we haven't seen that, but he has got past him. Dan from Daz from DJ Phil, the first 3 to pit. Just Real Gaming and Lucas Roth in the pits. So it is Leon Fernie who leads this race. BMW for the win. Good to see Leon racing, says Smokey. It's great to see Leon out on track, and he's having a good run of it as well at the moment. But Kelly really putting pressure, guys, on the back of Hypertech at the moment.
Just Real Gaming's finished the stop. Dan's not even around Parabolica yet.
Yeah.
So...
Well, we wait for that P next to his name to remove, because when that P removes, he's off his limiter. And Dan's coming, though. This could be tight, you know. He's off his limiter now, and here comes Unorthodox. That early pit stop for Dan. Has it done him the world of good? Well, he's got to go racing against this guy. This is going to be absolutely thrilling to see. I think Just Real Gaming has just done enough. And he has. Yeah, he has done enough.
Bryn lost it.
So Bryn has been in the wall. He might have to pit this lap. Kelly's trying to hunt down after Hypertech then. And has Sooty just made an error? No, he's still going on his way. But for Just Real Gaming, he's out ahead of Dan. He's now got the biggest challenge on his debut race. He's got the 6-time champion right behind him.
Defending from Dan on your debut race. And he's doing pretty good.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Smithy in the chat. Good evening, Smithy. Shame to not see Smithy on the grid this year. As Dan looking all over the back of our new driver, Just Real Gaming. And I tell you what, PN, Dan will know where to overtake. He'll not force the area. He'll just put his nose there just to make you feel uncomfortable. And this is where we can see the pressure of Just Real Gaming as Dan is all over the back of him. He's now going to pull to the outside, coming down towards Ascari. None of the lead cars pit. It's Bryn, the next car in the pits. Dan's to the outside of the BMW. You've got to be a brave man to go around the outside of Ascari. He now's tried to look up the inside. Will Dan think of the move? He does. They just make a little bit of contact, and Dan just pushes him a little wide of the apex there. But Dan is through up into 11th place. Push to pass?
Push to pass?
Question mark?
Just swipe that off the back.
Oh, Kishanika was right on the rear end of Kelly, and I think just outbraked himself and got it a little squirrely into the second part of the chicane. He's not lost it, but he did lose a lot of time to KLF, who's really putting pressure on Hypertech now. Sutty has just lapped that of Lucas Roth. It is Leon Fernie under some immense pressure from Anthem. Ferraris, by the way, are having a much better run tonight.
Yeah. Maybe they went for race setup instead of quali for the first race.
Potentially so. Leon Fernie doing absolute magical bits. I thought he just had a moment there for Ascari, but he didn't. As now Hypertech and Kelly once again. Oh, who's had a moment? There is a car off.
Keys again.
It's Sutty Apex.
No, Sutty's fine.
No, Sutty's still going. Lucas Roth's just in front, unless Keeks just clipped the gravel. It sounded like it was well off, but he wasn't. Bryn is on his way out the pit lane now. Dan has got through. And Dan's actually still got Just Real Gaming on the back of him, but we're watching this battle, Kelly and Hypertech. So Leon Fernie stays out, Ant stays out, Sutty's in the pits, Hypertech and Kelly stay out, Kishanika, Dennis Newman, they both stay out. Nose has dropped right off the back. What will he do? He's going to stay out. Sekulovic, who hit the wall hard on lap 1, also stays out. So Ant and Leon Fernie, that gap still seems to be the same. They've got Bryn just ahead of them. They don't really need to worry about Bryn. Hypertech will want Lucas Roth to clear off out the way here, though, because that lap traffic could cause him to back into Kelly.
Yeah, it could do us. I keep an eye on slightly stops. Someone keep an eye on the 16 and the 119.
Yep.
Let's see where they are. They've just come out of the Scari now. Looking at the mini map. Dan is in ahead. Oh, the BMW's going slower.
It looks like he's got some damage. Looks like he's got some front and rear damage there.
Yeah,
he's hit something.
Also a little bit on the rear.
I think also down the right hand side. He's hit something there then. So Dan has jumped Sutty Apex an absolute mile. So Dan undercutting here has really worked. Just Real Gaming will go through, as will Daz Automatic. So Sutty has lost out massively here then. Back to the fights at the front. Leon Fernie still defending from Ant. They're right on the rear end of Bryn. And with this traffic, Bryn stays to one side. You'd imagine Leon Fernie should get it into the pits. They both put a lap on Bryn. Kelly and Hypertech are still going. I think Lucas Roth is still in front. Yeah, Lucas Roth started to pull away from these two. So for Just Real Gaming, it was a dream start to his debut. That has turned into a nightmare.
Well, that's on some fire again.
Yep.
Leon and Ant, but Ant decided not to pin at the last second.
Yeah, Ant bailed on that there. So Leon in, Ant going for the alternate strategy. Hypertech in, Kelly stays out. Kishanika lost out to Dennis Newman, but them two are now both going to come into the pit lane. What about Noza here then? He's going to box. What about Sekulovic? He's also going to box. Oh, get that slowed down, Sekulovic. I believe he's going to.
He might use an Aston Martin to help.
Right, Dan is well clear of Just Real Gaming. Just Real Gaming's coming under some pressure from Daz Automatic now, but Dan, you have to say, is sitting in the box heat because of that early pit stop.
The undercut worked really well here. I noticed that in race 1 and in the GT4s. But
is that to clear the traffic on the reverse grid?
Yes.
Yeah. Or did it just work naturally anyway?
I think it's more because you're not following the cars in front and getting the dirty air and nice clear track. Yeah. You can handle it.
We can see Just Real Gaming is hurting here. He stayed well out of Daz as well. I don't even think he's defending that corner. Daz just breezes past him as DJ Phil is behind Sutty. Yeah. Bryn's 13 seconds behind DJ Phil and Lucas Roth 4 seconds behind Bryn. Leon Fernie and Hypertech are done. Leon Fernie's coming out the pits. Dan's a lot closer to Leon Fernie and he's not. Dan is out. So Sorry, behind Dan. Yep, just twigged on to what you said there. Where is Hypertech? Dennis Newman has jumped Hypertech in the pits actually here. And it is a stop-go penalty for Hypertech. So if you're KLF 900, you've got to be licking your lips. Dennis Newman as well has jumped Sooty Apex. Sooty's going to go around the outside of Kishanyika and Hypertech, but he's lost out then to Dennis Newman. So Dennis Newman going that a little longer has got past Sooty Apex. Leon Fernie behind Dan. So now then, does Ant come into the box? He is. What about KLF? Because you have to say here, Kelly wasn't a million miles away. He's got clear track and he is going to box late.
Well,
that's quick. That's quick.
It's a late call as well from Kelly, that. Right. Hypertech misses the second chicane. Kishanyika right up the rear end of him, as I think Dennis Newman just caught the gravel, and Sooty Apex going to try and catch him up. Hypertech there then, really pushing the car, just looking for driver track limit warnings. There is none at the minute for the 3 drivers I can see streaming so far.
Yeah. Dan's pulling away a little bit from Leon.
Yeah.
Leon's done. Oh, that's squibbly over the curb.
Just watching Sooty Apex round the outside of Dennis Newman on his way down to Ascari. Will he get the move done? He tried to close the door on Dennis Newman there, and I think Dennis Newman had to get out of it a little bit, because I think Sooty thought he was past. He wasn't fully past, but Sooty moves up into P6. I tell you what, when you're in with a Sooty Apex who's this feisty, you've got a lot of work to do. Ant hasn't done his mandatory pit stop properly.
No, he hasn't changed tyres, so he's got to come back round and go back in.
Noser.
All that work.
Yeah, sorry, Pian.
All that hard work he's just done fighting to get up there and throwing it away.
Yeah, he's thrown it away. Kelly is out of the pits. Dan has got past. Leon Fernie has got past. Daz gets past. Where is Sooty Apex? Nowhere near Kelly. So for KLF, he's came out P5, but Ant has got to do his pit stop. Just Real Gaming can't deal with the damage. He's back in. Hypertech is also in. So Kelly at the moment running in P5, just off the back of Daz and Leon Fernie. But Ant with his stop. Kelly could be P4 here in a moment.
Yeah, not bad for the Audio Sport boys.
Not bad.
Father and son.
Yeah, not bad for the father and son team. DJ Phil has been passed by Noser. DJ Phil's now 1/10 off the back of Noser. Will he look to send one into turn 1, or is he going to break early? He breaks ridiculously early there. And loses a lot of time slowing down for the corner. So that will be that. Sekulovic down in 13th, Brins 14th. Lucas Roth trying to get on the back of him. Everybody still on the same lap. Hypertech with his stop-go penalty there. He's actually has dropped behind everybody. As Lucas Roth missed turns 1, just gaming real in, repairs his damage and he's on his way. Smoky Devil, Leon looking like he could get a podium. Leon looking like he could get a P2 at the moment in this race.
And it's back in the pits now.
Yeah, but win the race.
Come on, Dan. Let's not be boring. Slow down and let your dad pass to get a podium. You'll still probably lead the championship, Dan. Either way, Leon Fernie 5.9 behind Dan. Daz 4.3 behind Leon. Kelly 4.1 behind him. But Kelly has got a charging Sooty Apex behind him, who we've seen pull off some blinding moves today, Ben. Sooty Apex is going to want to get past Kelly.
Yeah, so Sooty has done a lot of really classy moves. So he's really doing really
aggressive move, Sooty. No, that's Sooty's driving normal.
I tell you what, we saw the Sooty send it in GT4s. We've seen it tonight on the 6-time champ. This looks a different Sooty this year.
Is this a Sooty you either want to get back in the pro?
This is a Sooty that we used to see as Kishanyika was going to... Oh, and I tell you what, he nearly outbraked himself, had to cut the corner. And in cutting the corner, he's hit Dennis Newman and has pushed him wide. He's gave him the place back, though. But for Kishanyika, day late, dollar short there.
As Ant's left the pits now.
Yeah, where's that put him as well? Is that down P6? Yeah, just behind. No, in fact, that's behind Dennis. In fact, it's just ahead of DJ Phil. So, yeah, he's 9th place as DJ Phil misses the chicane.
Sekulovic just gets past DJ Phil as well. Leon's having a good race for his first race of the season.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. With that blue-black McLaren.
He's doing really, really well, is Leon Fernie at the moment. He's having such a good race.
No.
Oh, what's happened?
Oh, man, the commentator's curse almost happened.
Right, we're leaving Leon Fernie alone because we're watching the Sooty Apex KLF battle at the moment. That is 0.8 of a second at the minute, and this looks an absolutely fantastic one. Sooty, who's looked racy all night. Kelly, who will defend as much as he can, is going to try and work on it. Leader is on the final lap, so Kelly, who once in the Pro had a podium around here, will want a good top 4 finish, although top 5 is still great for Kelly. He's got his former teammate to defend against, so it's not going to be easy for KLF at all around this final part of the lap. And I tell you what, Sooty could be on for this top 4 here. Pit window is shut. The race is on its final lap. Dan looks like he could win this. Daz looks like he could take the podium, the P2 away from Leon. But it's all about his P4 battle at the moment. This is the closest fight on track. Just dropped down to Dennis and Kishanyika as we lose Nexus for a moment. Just having problem due to network error. Dennis has Kishanyika all over the back of him. Back though to Kelly and Sooty. PN, what do you think this? Which way do you think this is going to go?
It's got to be tight, isn't it? Will Sooty risk ascend it, or what do you think about a pointsy race?
Exactly. Good evening to Aidan Bennett in the chat. Hope you're well, buddy. Not seen Aidan around for a while as Sooty is getting closer to KLF. Kelly would love a top 4. I'm sure he'd bite your hand off at a top 5, but he's not going to want to let Sooty Apex pass. Dennis Newman and Kishanyika nowhere near at the moment. Just Real Gaming has got past, or Hypertech's getting close to the back of him. Bryn getting close to the back of DJ Phil. Lucas Roth getting close to the back of Bryn. As we go back to KLF and Sooty Apex, they are tooth and nail. Dan Edascori, Leon Fernie getting Daz a lot closer, but KLF has now got Sooty pulling to the outside on the run down. McLaren Power versus Bentley Power. Teammates of the other season on Project Cars 2. Can't remember which one. Sooty's going to look around the outside of the Ascari chicane. Who breaks latest? It is Kelly who manages to hang on. And I tell you what, we'll cut to Dan in a moment as he's at the Parabolica. PN, keep your eyes on that. But we missed Dan's race win last week. We're not going to miss his race win tonight. It is an Orthodox 16 who is 3 from 3 at the moment. Takes a race win. That could be track limits. He had all 4 wheels across the white line there. I'll tell you what, PN might have to investigate that one.
Well, you're the one who saw it.
Leon Fernie is going to come home for a P2, a fantastic P2. Daz Automatic is going to come home for a P3. And we go now back to KLF and Sooty Apex. Kelly is going to hang on for P4 ahead of Sooty Apex. Great drive there from the pair of them. It is going to be Dennis Newman, who's actually lost out to Kishanyika. So Kishanyika will take P6. Dennis Newman will get P7. And we await now for Noza. All 4 wheels off the track there. Was that PN from Unorthodox at the end? Wow.
I didn't see it because I was watching the Kelly Sooty battle.
Noza will come across the line for P8. Good race for Noza. Ant, what could have been really, he lost out in the end to Sekulovic, so Sekulovic will claim P9. Ant will claim P10. What could have been for him? Where is Ant? There he is. DJ Phil P11.
Bryn P12.
Bryn P12. Keegs, aka Lucas Roth, P13. And then we just await Just Real Gamer. I believe I've been kicked from the party now. And I believe now I'm back in the party. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. And hopefully everything's working as normal. Let me know if in the chat if you can still hear me at the moment. I got removed from the audio, so not sure what happened. But that, though, is your final race result. We will take a break and be back in a few moments' time. Don't go anywhere. We will take a break and be back in a few moments' time. Don't go anywhere. Is... Oh, hang on. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. So is... Hang on. Well, it's on his PlayStation. Well, it's on his PlayStation. Go for it. Now. I've just tried to ring him, he didn't answer. Can you go to him quickly before you go back live? Oh, you, yeah, because I'm on the phone to your mum. Are you having PlayStation party problems?
No, why?
Everybody who's racing tonight's just been kicked out of the PlayStation parties.
No one's joined my party, so I don't know.
Right, okay.
Looks like
Alright, no worries. Well, see you in the morning, Floyd.
yeah, okay, right, nice.
Love you.
Morning, love you.
Bye.
I thought you did some wrong then.
No. Alright, bye.
Yeah, bye.
What is going off, man? Hello, hello, hello. What is going off here? If they're working. Testing, testing. Sweet. Hello, hello. Hello?
Green light, go, go, go.
Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello. PN, can you hear me? PN? Anybody there? Hello? 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 Testing, testing. PN? Hello? Hello?
Hello, hello? Hello, hello? Hello, can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Yep, sweet. Right. I need to turn you up. I need to turn you up. Okay, right. We're going to go live in 5, 4. Welcome back then, ladies and gentlemen, to Simplay Motorsport, where we are here back live once again. And I'm not sure on what you can hear. Hopefully you can hear us. Please, somebody in the chat, make sure you can tell us that you can hear us. We have had a horrible time of it with the PSN party chats at the moment. They are not working properly. So if somebody can let me know if we are heard, please do that, because that is much appreciated. Just, or hear me enough. Okay, sweet. So, we are heard at least, yes? My voice is not lagging, yeah, so it was clearly a PlayStation bit. Right, just double check. Everybody in the chat, you can hear us, yes? Hopefully they can hear us. Either way, we're live back for qualifying. I don't know how far ahead our voice is to the action. I'll tell you what, I've got my switch next to me. Let's see if it's being heard. Yeah, it's my voice is not like it yet, so it's clearly a place. Right, just double check. Everybody in the chat can hear us, yes? A bit loud. Right, turn that down. Tell us now, Sooty, Smokey, if that seems any better. Right, either way, let's get back into it then. Hopefully we are on time with the action. PlayStation parties have had an absolute nightmare. Got a Manufacturers' Championship. Bentley are 36 points clear of Audi at the moment, with McLaren up into third place. Ferrari are in 4th place with Honda P5. Porsche up into 6th with Lexus 7th. Aston Martin are 8th on 39 points. Jaguar 9th on 26. Nissan 10th on 20. BMW 11th on 12. And Mercedes-Benz on 8 points. In terms of the Constructors and the Drivers' Championship, then it is Dan Unorthodox who leads the way on 107 points, 29 clear of Sooty Apex, who's second on 78. Sekulovic is third on 72, with Daz Automatic up to fourth on 67. Kishanika is in fifth on 62, with KLF up to sixth on 56. Dennis Newman is P7 on 48, with Ginger Bush down to eighth on 44. Nota Kart Champ is on 39, with Shoemaker on 34. P11 is Monkey Boy 32. Bryn is P12 on 31. Tied with Leon Fernie. DJ Phil is on 28 with Ant on 15. Hypertech is P16 on 22. Lucas Roth on 8 with Just Gaming Reel on 7. Ninja Max Muldick yet to score. In terms of the Constructors' Championship, their Audio Sport have a 53-point lead over Dynaco Racing, with the worst pace scenario team on I've not actually updated this table, so that one is wrong. Apart from the top two, that one is wrong, so give me 2 seconds as we've been trying to sort the PlayStation parties out. Audio Sport from Dynaco Racing, 53 points. Switchback Racing Team are on 76, they're 87 points behind. 88 points behind is the KD Racing Team. Barry the Cat on 72 with worst case scenario on 70. Greasy Bandit Racing on 61. And at the minute, it is Unorthodox with a 49-2, your provisional poleman from Sooty Apex in P2. Next man to the line is our new driver, Just Gaming Reel. Boys, that was a very good end to the race. We couldn't. Yeah, no, we didn't get your Wi-Fi. We didn't hear you. We didn't hear anybody in the comms box as drivers coming across line now. Ant crosses the line and doesn't complete a lap. We then get driver 8 of Hypertech. It's not telling me who's on a valid or invalid lap. So Dan then next to the line. Let's see what he can do. Again, I don't know how far our voice is ahead of the driving, so apologise if you hear the action before you see it. It's because we've had to join a Discord call as drivers coming towards the line. Lucas Roth goes to put a lap time in. He was invalid. Next car 53 is DJ Phil. For podium of Unorthodox, Leon Fernie and Daz Automatic. Great race, Leon Fernie. Yeah. He got a good P2 last season at Zandvoort, didn't he, in the AM category? That's, wow, KLF, sorry to cut in there. KLF goes up into P5. He's had a great lap there. Really done well as Kelly there to get a lap in. Kishanyika now goes within 4/10. Next car is Just Gaming Real, who is P5 now. Needs to get that little bit closer. This is where Dan can walk away here with this race. He's taken another race win to his name. That is race win number 60 for Unorthodox. He's looking for pole position 39. He's also got podium 136. That is Leon Fernie as well. That is his. Where is he? That is only ever his third podium in GT racing. Where is Daz Automatic? He's now taken his 12th podium, as well as Just Gaming Real. Stays P5. Behind him was Bryn. Bryn moves up to 7th. It's a good lap for Bryn there. 5-1-2 of Noza is next. What will he do? He doesn't improve any. The next one is 21 of Leon Fernie. Will he climb up the order a little bit? He does. He goes up to 9th. Car 8 of Hypertech. Can he retake that 9th place? Yes, he can. He goes P8. Ant, what can Ant do? Will he improve? No lap time for Ant. Dan then. Can Dan find any more time on a 49.2 that he's got? He comes across line, a 48.7, finds a full second. What does Sooty Apex do? He stays where he is. Next car is Lucas Roth, who doesn't have a lap on the board. Does he get one now? He goes P8. Great lap from Dan Unorthodox there. Apologies, it's just kicked me out of the party again on the PlayStation. And my sound went very loud. Hopefully you can still hear the cars on stream as well. Let me know if you can hear the cars. It's Dennis Newman, 7th. Drivers coming across the line. Daz currently 3rd. He stays 3rd at the minute. 777. That is Kishanyika, who goes back within a second of Dan. He improves a couple of tenths. Next 10th is Just Gaming Real again, who ran out of fuel, it said on the stream. So it wasn't anything other than running out of fuel. He didn't prepare for his damage at the end. Yeah. Just Gaming Real then to the final corner. Dennis hyped up the Alferni, DJ Phil in the pits. Just Gaming Real goes within 7 tenths. He improves on his lap time. Next car is Bryn. Doesn't improve for him. 512, that is Noza, who is next to the line. How will Noza do? He stays P13. Car 22 is next. That is KLF. Doesn't improve on his position. Next car is car 10. That is Ant, yet got a lap time on the board. There is still 4.5 minutes left. Ian McKizzle saying next to the cars. Good evening to Ian McKizzle in the chat. And Ant still doesn't get a lap time on the board. Here comes car 13 of Sooty Apex. Gets to the line, improves to go P4. Next is Lucas Roth. Needs to find a tenth or two to get inside into that top 10. And doesn't find anything there. Next car is car 35. That is Daz Automatic, looking to get some speed here. Yeah, interesting. Yeah. The right-hand swoopy corner. That's to the line, improved by a couple of hundredths. That's not going to do himself any good. Here comes Kishanyika looking for a front row start with unorthodox. Can he get on that front row? No, he can't. No improvement there. Dan, though, he's on another lap as well. Can he improve on that 48.7? It's an outlap, I believe, for Dan, just looking at his stream. So he will go next time around. The next car is 119. Yeah, it did. Especially towards the end of the season. He did, and he really had a championship fight because he was on good form at the end. Just Gaming Real comes into the pits. What can Noza do then? Noza, towards the end of his lap, what's he going to do? He doesn't improve. KLF needs a couple of hundredths to get above Dennis Newman. He can't find any more time. Car 53 of DJ Phil will be the next one to the line. After him will be Ant. Is Ant on a flying lap now? He comes down towards the start line, goes P9. That's a good lap for him. 2.71. Dennis Newman needs 6 tenths to get towards Sekulovic. Can he get the job done in the Honda here? Dennis Newman to the line now. Doesn't find any more time. There's a yellow flag at the Parabolica, so someone's not finishing the lap. Car 8 of Hypertech. Can he find any more time? No, he does not. Next car again will be Daz. And all these cars in the pits, Just Gaming Real, Sooty, Sekulovic, Ant and Lucas Roth, can get out for one last lap. But you feel they're running out of time here. Yeah. It is indeed. I'll take provisional P2, says Just Gaming, so I wonder if that's him staying in the pits. That goes P3 now, so knocks Kishanyika down. But look, has done the exact same lap as Just Gaming Real. But Kishanyika now goes P2. 2 tenths off the pole from Dan. Bryn stays in 10th place. Next car is Dan. Dan will have one more lap after this. Can Dan improve, or will Kishanyika tell the fight to him? No improvement for Dan. Car 21 is next, and I think you've jinxed yourself there, Just Gaming. Leon Fernie returns to the pits. He is done. 5-1-2 will get another lap in. Oh, Kishanyika's done. I think Dan may know that his qualifying is possibly secured with a top 5 all in the pits. Here comes Noza. He will get one more lap in the bag here. Yeah, that may be PlayStation because his thing looks alright on our, and that could be the PlayStation. DJ Phil gets one more lap. He's a little off the pace. The next car is Hypertech. Yeah. So definitely PSN's fault. Here comes Hypertech to the line. No improvement. Gets one final run in. Car 23, Sekulovic. Kelly's done. Leon's done. Sutty Daz just gaming and Kishanyika done. Here comes Sekulovic then to the line. Will he get one more chance at this? He goes P6 and he'll get one more run. Car 14 of Lucas Roth will get one more run. Car 10 of Ant will get one more lap. Question is can Bryn get one more lap? We have just lost Dennis Newman, and so he's got a chance to get back in the lobby here and hopefully get back in. Bryn does not get to the line. Is he up on his time? No, Bryn will be the first one done. Dan is provisional pole at the minute. And you have to say that for Dan, it looks like it is going to be another pole. He's going to bail to the pit. So Dan, clearly comfortable with the work he's done. Dennis Newman has got back in. That is brilliant. So we await DJ Phil now, who is on his way to Ascari down towards the Parabolica now. Can he get this job done? Needs 2 seconds to get ahead of Noza. Struggling PN, I think, in that Honda. We should be fine because drivers are on their final lap. Right, DJ Phil is done. Car 23 is Sekulovic. So what can Sekulovic do here? So Sekulovic rounds the final corner. Yeah, within 8, yeah. Not a bad lap. Lucas Roth, no improvement for him. Car 10 of Ant. Any improvement for Ant here? No, he goes P9, stays P9. So, Dan takes another pole position. Leon Fernie down in 13th place at the moment. Hypertech qualified in P12. Noza is down in P14. DJ Phil was 15th place. We'll mark Dennis Newman down as 7th just in case he does get back in. Sekulovic down as 6th place. KLF 8th place, good qualifying for him. Dan P1 as we know. Daz automatic P4. For Lucas Roth it was a 10th place in qualifying. Bryn down in 9th. And then we've got Ant who is 8th. Kishanyika was 2nd place and just for a game in P3. So that is another pole position for the Audi and another pole position for Dan. The Audi now has 68 wins and it now has 52 pole positions. As well as it has 136 podiums. Other car on the podium was the McLaren, which, I believe is the McLaren, but yet it hasn't marked down Leon Fernie's podium stats there. No, this is on my spreadsheet. That's because I hadn't put Leon Fernie down, apparently. Brilliant. Brilliant. Yeah.
30 seconds. Seconds.
We do know Discord calls work for our broadcast. Yeah, indeed we do. Right, 20 seconds for the drivers to ready up. Dennis Newman has got back in, but it has put him 15th place on the grid. Now, the bonus is he's in. We'll score points. We'll score points. Hopefully, we're not too far behind. Just gaming in the chat. I'll take provisional P2, he said. And Holty, good luck, everyone. Love Monza. Holty, we miss you dearly. Right, Dennis Newman in the pit, but that's okay. He can start the race. Even though it'll be a lap down, he can fight back and he'll score points. That's the important thing. PN, race winner. Dan for the win for you, Ben. Dan. He won't. I'm going to go Daz. Big lunge into turn 1 from Daz. You know, Sooty, big send it from Sooty. Wipe Dan out. Thank you, Mama, for the carrots. And it is Sooty Apex, let's not forget as well. Yeah. 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 Which I imagine is lovely. Yeah, again, that would have been twice he's done. He's been watching Fury a bit too much. Tyre preparation. Look at these gaggle of cars here. Yeah, to be fair though, I didn't think the first formation that was bad. I thought we got away quite well. I thought it was, relatively good from Lucas Roth. And then just gaming real when he got into the lead. It was a good formation that for a reverse grid. For some reason, I can hear myself. I'm like a dome. That's quite bad.
Green light, go, go, go. We are at the halfway mark, still a long way to go. Pit window is now closed. Final lap now. The leader has finished the race. Green light, go, go, go.